Hi Sid, good morning.
Hi, ma'am. Good morning. How are you?
Couldn't hear you. Hi.
Yeah. Hi. Good morning. How are you?
Good, good. I'm good. I'm very good. One second. I'm just a second. Yeah. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Hi, Amy. Good morning. How was your Christmas?
It was not that like kind of festive because it's restricted away party with the relatives with less people. So couldn't enjoy much.
Oh, that's sad. Yeah. Actually, I had my routine checkup, and usually I go on a Saturday so that I don't miss my classes. But the doctor was about to leave uh, out of town. Otherwise, as well, I couldn't actually attend, like, I couldn't go to the appointment at all. It usually takes half a day just for a scan. It is just for, like, the after operation routine scan. So when I couldn't go because on Friday morning I was like, completely ready, and I had to go for a very, very close relative condolence. It happened on Thursday, like not Thursday night. It was early morning Friday, and I had to travel to Pondicherry for like 3 days, and I came yesterday night. It was so sad that, and yeah, that is what is happening. And my children are in my mom's place. I have to quarantine myself for the next 7 8 days because I went to this place. So yeah, how is it in Poland, Sid? How are the cases? What about, is there a case drop or something, or? Can you hear me? Sid, Emmy, can you hear me? Yeah, Amy can hear. Okay. Sid, I don't know what is happening. Okay. Der und dann einen. Oh, sorry. Ein. Die, eine, das, ein. Okay. And of course, die plural. Then you have eine. Okay. Verb is just conjugate the verb is your work. And you have these articles. There are articles for direct objects when it is masculine. You have to write that masculine, feminine, and neutral. Please write it down on this side before all the subject and all that. I'll write it down later. So when you come to the direct object, the articles are den, einen. Then you have, can somebody say what is the article for the direct object? Femininum, die, eine. And then you have the article das eine. And then you have the article the die eine. You have something called the indirect object. We'll come to the indirect object later, but then you can just write it down in your note and make a note of it. Dem, which is einem. Have a different set of articles for indirect object. And then you have der, which is for femininum, eine. And then you have dem again for neutral und einem again. Then the plural article is den, and then noun. Okay, I will write that. You don't have an article for plural. Usually you don't have an article for here as well. Usually we just say unbestimmte article is doesn't have an article. So I just have to just put a dash and here dash. But when you come to the sentence, for instance, ich kaufe, okay, um, ich schreibe einen Brief. You can say I am writing a letter. Ich, for instance, if you want to add the indirect of ich gehe mit meinem Mutter. Excuse me. Ich schreibe einen Brief. Ich gehe mit meiner Mutter. Meine Mutter, sorry, meine Mutter, meinem Vater, meine, meinem Kind oder mein, I would say, yeah, we'll come back to the plural. So when you have mit, with is always an indirect object because it is person involved. So it is how I will write it. We will come back to the dative objects a little later. But if you understand the direct object right here, that is more than enough. Yeah, I'm just saving it so that we will do it a little later. But every subject has an article, direct object has different articles, indirect object has different articles. How do I write? We will come back to that. But before that, you need to know very clearly this table very well. Yeah. Mine, for instance, possessive article and accusative, it's very clearly given right here as well. Mein Kurs. If you want to start, mein Kurs is like my course, right? The Deutsch course, for instance. Mein Deutsch Kurs ist interessant. When I use nominative, sein verb is used. But I want to use mein Kurs, my course as an object. Yeah. Ich mache meinen Kurs am Montag, Mittwoch und Dienstag. I do my course or I take my course. Ich nehme meinen Kurs. That you can bring that. So the whole picture is, are you using the noun in the subject way or in the direct object way? That is what this table tells you. For instance, if I'm going to say, and even here you can see that, right? All that I wrote is like right here in the article water. All these three, write it down every day one time to check with your table. Just write masculine, neutral, feminine, plural. Ich, du, er, sie, es, wir, ihr, sie und sie. And then write meinen, deinen, seinen, ihren, unseren, euren, ihren. It has to be quickly in your memory. You cannot be sitting with this table forever. You have to really be like quick to think. And that comes with practice. It is exactly like your times table. Yeah, just think that you are a third grade child learning an eighth table. You never know, you will not be saying 8 times 1 is 8 and then you will start adding 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, 8 times 2 is 16. Not like that. We have done it very quickly, like 8 times 1 is 8, 8 times 2 is 16, 8 times 3 is 24, and so on. That is the practice that you need to do right here as well. Ich lese meinen Buch, deinen Buch, seinen, ihren, unseren, euren, ihren. And then neutro, mein, dein, sein, ihr, unser, euer, ihr. Meine, deine, seine, ihre, unsere, eure, ihre. Meine, deine, seine, ihre, unsere, eure, ihre. So this has to be in your memory and in your fingertips. So do this again and again so that you can just like work on that. Okay. Uh, any other sentences that you have, or are you done with it?
Yeah, only two.
Okay, good. And Sid.
ma'am.
Yeah.
So, ich trinke meinen Wasser.
Okay.
Sorry, yeah, for neutral. Ich trinke mein Wasser.
Ich trinke.
Uh, ich
Okay.
trinke mein Wasser.
Okay. Ich trinke mein Wasser. Sehr gut. Okay. Next one.
Uh, ich trinke dein Wasser.
Okay. That goes on. Any
Mm,
other nouns in the different
mm,
gender?
ja, ich trage meinen Koffer.
Ah, ich trage meinen Koffer. Sehr gut. Okay. You are pulling a trolley. That is what it means, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, the
Sehr gut.
suitcase.
Suitcase. Yeah.
And then ich öffne meine Tür.
Ich öffne meine Tour because die Tour. Yeah,
Yeah,
very good.
yeah.
Then
That's it, ma'am. I didn't write for
that's it.
plural.
No problem. So these three sentences are perfect. Yeah. So did you get an idea of how we use nominative and accusative? Everyone, all the three, I think like you have a fair idea of what it is. But when you are thorough with this table, just trust me, it's going to be much more of yeah, you will be really encountering a lot of questions as well. I'm not saying, you can just like you're 100% clear. You will think, okay, what is it? Should I use minen or minem? That point comes in your next I would say the next lessons, where you will have a clear picture of when to use accusative, when to use dative, what is dative, what is accusative. Yeah. So that is all. I don't know why I'm not able to download the eighth lesson from the this thing, and just hold on, I'll bring my book for a minute. And I think we just need to skip on to our eighth lesson, so we'll just take yeah, it's here. It has downloaded. Okay, that's a very interesting one, a very quick lesson, I would say. It goes on very very quickly. It needs only like 3 days, which means 2 hours, 6 hours, or 5 hours to finish it, because these are some things that we have already learned. And yeah, now it's a time to know everything what it really is called in your house or in your office or in your university. And it's just a expansion of your vocabulary is what is that seal. Yeah. So we say eine Wohnung. Yeah, Lernziele, we always learn about what are the things that we learn. Wohnungsanzeigen verstehen. Anzeigen is advertisement. If you see an advertisement for house, what do you understand from that? Yeah, that is what is your first one. Eine Wohnung beschreiben, which means you can describe your room or a apartment. Wohnungseinrichtung planen, like where to put what, all of that. How if you have an had and you have a fridge, refrigerator, Kühlschrank of Dutch. Where do you place it? Will you place it near the door, opposite to? That's what is einen Wohnungseinrichtung planen. If you're going into a new house, yeah, where do you put what? That is what it is. Eine Einladung schriftlich beantworten. Sehr, sehr, sehr wichtiges ist das. Eine Einladung schriftlich beantworten. Somebody is giving you an invitation. You are going to answer, either reply back to that, or you are inviting somebody to your new house. And then gefallen in missfallen ausdrücken. Yeah, what is like what you like, what do you do, what do you hate, all that, really bringing it out. And then Farben nennen. I think like to name the colors. Über Wohnforminspiration. We will bring that a little later. And Wohnformen is nothing but living styles. Are you living in an apartment, living in a villa, living in a row house? We're living in a WG, which means Wohngemeinschaft, which is hostels. And are you living in a shared guest house or a paying guest house? So that's Wohnformen. What are the living styles? And then the last one is einen Text über eine Wohnung schreiben. This is where you're going to write a lot. You will be writing like paragraphs from now on. So grammatic adjective mit sein, Adjektiv plus ist ja unsu in mit Akkusativ, Wechselpräposition and mit Dativ. This is the most important topic. Wechselpräposition, which means the exchange preposition, which actually are there are naughty nine prepositions which comes with accusative and dative. We will come back. Don't worry about it right now, but we will come back to that. Okay, so what are all the rooms that you see? They are Flur. What do you think? What is ein Flur? This one, right here. What could that be? Der Flur? No idea? Come on, that's where you actually enter. Right here we enter here. The top right corner, you enter the house and then der Flur. What does it mean?
The hall.
Hallway. Wohnzimmer is usually this house doesn't really have a Wohnzimmer, which is like maybe the living room is very very small. Yeah, the living room is right here, and then you have Flur. Flur means the hallway where you go to the dust bad, the bathroom, the working room, and then your bedroom and the children's room. So it is the Flur is nothing but the hallway. Bad, you know it, right? The Badezimmer. Das Badezimmer, Arbeitszimmer, Schlafzimmer, Kinderzimmer. Your work is to look at each one of these objects that you see. Das Bed, der Drucker, der Herd. Look at it and tell me where you will locate it. Yeah. But before, let us just read out the titel. Sid, will you read out the titel 1a für mich, bitte?
Ja. Nobel und Geräte,
Mhm,
wo steht was?
mhm,
Es gibt mehrere Möglichkeiten,
mhm.
ordnen Sie es und vergleichen Sie.
Vergleichen Sie, sehr gut. First is Möbel. That's a new word for you. Möbel means, any idea? Geräte, elektrische Geräte und Möbel. What could that be? You see the pictures and guess out what this word could be.
Furniture,
Furnitures, that's right. Geräte.
electronics,
Yeah, or we call it as, it starts with an APP.
Appliances.
appliance,
Appliances, that's right. Furnitures and appliances. Wo steht was? Where, what stays where? Yeah. And es gibt mehrere Möglichkeiten. Möglichkeiten is a very, very often used word which means options. Es gibt mehrere Möglichkeiten. Just underline these two words in your book and see, just put an important mark because in your exam as well, there would be 6 pictures and 8 titles. And in the title, it will be given uh, match the pictures with the words and es gibt mehrere Möglichkeiten. There are options, many options, but you have to choose only 6 from the given options. Yeah. Mehrere Möglichkeiten. Ordnen Sie zu und ordnen Sie, you know it. Vergleichen. Vergleichen is to match. Okay. For instance, die Lampe you see right here can be either in the Kinderzimmer or in our Schlafzimmer or in our Arbeitszimmer or in our Wohnzimmer. Ja, es steht im Kinderzimmer oder im Schlafzimmer oder im Wohnzimmer oder im Arbeitszimmer. egal, wherever, whatever. Egal is like whatever. Yeah. So it has a lot of options. Even computer, yeah, it can stay in the Arbeitszimmer, but some houses it also stays in the Wohnzimmer. I have seen people having their computers on the living in the living room as well. So that is what it is. And just quickly match it and tell me what are all the things that you see. Okay, so can you tell me their Drucker, where does it go? You can say der Drucker steht im Arbeitszimmer, like that. Der Herd, where does it go?
Mm, Das Bad.
Das Bad, der Herd, what is that?
I think it's uh,
Is the
the
what?
the grilling machine, or is it a dishwasher?
No, not that. It's a Emmy and Juhi. Any idea?
Stove with oven, something.
Yes, this boy is not cooked. Sid.
Sid exposed.
Yeah. Sid is like, yeah, now expose. He says he makes biryani, but here it is like this. Okay. It's okay. Let us just forgive him because he has just started cooking. So you can see the hot plates. This is how it is in Germany, and you can also see that the oven is in the like under that knobs. There is an baking oven. Yeah, but you may not have seen very clearly this in other countries, but here in Germany, it is usually like that. It is all in one place. Like the even a little now these the ones you see are hot plates. That plate will be like very thick and like it is a steel, not a steel, it's an iron plate kind of, but now you have a glass top on the top. How is your stuff there, Sid, in Poland?
Ma'am, it's actually it's similar, but I just forgot.
What is it? I don't.
It's similar to the picture over here.
Now, did you go inside and
Uh,
see it?
yeah. No, I remember now.
Yeah, this is how it is. And yeah, so you have the knobs, but now the modern ones are much different, very different. Of course, they have a baking oven and all that. It is exactly like you don't have a knob, instead you have a just a press button. It is very modern. You have a glass plate, and when it switches on, you see a very beautiful red ring. Like each plate has a red ring. There are like six or four or five. It depends on the size of the stove and the number of plates it has. So yeah, that's bet their computer. It is like just a small thing to just look into. We will look like we will go in detail in the next class. But by the time, I would like you to like look at the vocabulary. What do you have on your table? Yes, mine simmer you have already done. Now just look at the, you look at your house like for a mirror. What is a mirror called? Every time you see an object in your house, just like have the curiosity to know what it is in German as well. Yeah, so I just wanted to finish off the class because it's 12. So, any other questions, any things, you can stay. Otherwise, you can say a bye and leave, and we will meet on Wednesday. And I just wanted to ask you whether it's possible for you to be there on Wednesday morning, 10 to 12, like this. Because we have missed some classes. I thought Wednesday I have some time. So 10 to 12, in case if you could, you can just come and join me. Let me know your plans, and
Mm,
because I don't want
definitely.
to go on, I think like on New Year, I don't want to just have any class on New Year because my children will also be back, which is a Friday. So I just thought I'll ask you whether tomorrow, like maybe Wednesday or Thursday, both days I'm completely free. So we can have some classes on Wednesday and Thursday if you wish. You are there, and if your availability is there, then I would just push our Friday class to this and have that weekend as a long weekend for all of us.
I'm fine with it.
You're fine with it? What about
I'm
Emmy and
also.
Juhi? So
Yeah.
shall we have class on Wednesday 10 to 12, say?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very good. So that we can just skip off Friday's class because it's the new year, first, second, and third, and then we can come back the next week. Next week as well, I have some time. Maybe we will just like work a little more so that we can compensate for the classes that we have missed together. Yeah. Okay. See you. And I'll just put it forward, and I'll see whether Atul and Sai is also fine because it should be fine with them not to work on first, rather on the 31st or 30th. Yeah. Okay. Choose done. And sehen wir uns wieder. Tschüss.
Choose, ma'am.
Tschüss.
Choose me.
Tschüss, Sid.